If you want insane deals on legit PC keys from great developers, use my Fanatical link down below and start saving yourself some money. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Shout out to the subscribers. My name is Big Fry, and I want to welcome you guys into the new year right with my top 5 most anticipated games of 2019. But before we do that, if you guys like the video, make sure at the end of it, click that like button and share it to social media. And if you enjoy the content enough to subscribe, I would appreciate it. Let's start off. This list is in no particular order, by the way. I want to start off right off the bat with Dead Matter. You guys know me. I've covered this game for a long time, pretty much since its Kickstarter. It's one of my most anticipated indie titles of 2019. I really want to see what these guys end up doing for the survival genre and just for indie developers as a whole. There is a lot riding on this game, and I know the developers are feeling the pressure after the horrible 2018 that we had for games like World War III, and even in the beginning with Insurgency Sandstorm when the game launched, and it just wasn't as optimized as it is now. They're definitely going to start feeling the pressure. If you guys don't know what Dead Matter is, I'm going to have a link to the playlist. It's basically an open world MMO type survival game with zombies and fortification building and just all of this stuff that we want to see in a good fucking game, but we're just not quite there yet, and I'm hoping Dead Matter changes that. But like I said, if you guys want more information, I've been following and covering this game since its inception, so if you guys want, check the playlist down below for Dead Matter. The next game on the list, which I think is kind of in the same spot as Dead Matter, is Ready or Not. You guys know Ready or Not is another game that I have covered extensively on this channel. It has a lot riding on it because I believe that Ready or Not, combined with games like Insurgency and World War III, I think Ready or Not is one of those games that is ushering in the almost resurgence of tactical shooters in the mainstream space. Even though it's an indie game, I think a lot of people are actually looking forward to Ready or Not and are just waiting for more information. I'm recording this video just after Christmas, so if there was a trailer that dropped for this game between the time of recording this and putting it out on the 1st of January, I'm gonna be super cheesed with myself that I didn't just decide to wait. But I am looking forward to Ready or Not so bad because I love tactical shooters and I love games that I can play with a group or with my community, and that's where I'm really looking into 2019 as a way to just expand and start to play with more people and network and perhaps play with other YouTubers and create content and collab. There's going to be announcements being made soon in terms of what I'm going to be doing over on Twitch, and I'm really excited for it. That kind of ushers into the third game in my list, the top 5, and that's Division 2. Now, I am one of the largest Ubisoft critics of all time. I grew this channel from talking about Ghost Recon, and a lot of you resonated with the fact that you didn't enjoy this arcadey, more casual style Ghost Recon, and I know a lot of you resonated with me speaking about how I think Ubisoft is dumbing down their IPs, their classic IPs, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon shit, even Splinter Cell we haven't seen in a long time. But Division was something different for me. Division was something that when I first saw it, I definitely didn't believe the hype. I didn't think that it was going to be anything close to what they were showing off. Turns out it wasn't, but it was a game that I think was a good first step into a brand new IP. The game was okay. Me personally, I actually enjoyed the leveling process more than what they focused on in the end game, which was the Dark Zone. I wasn't a fan of playing that style of game in a PvP setting. I know a lot of people were, and I'm not saying it was a bad thing. I'm saying that it just wasn't my style. The bullet spongy PvP gameplay, when I think Tom Clancy and I think IPs like that, it bugged me, and it wasn't something that I was really fucking with. A lot of people were, but again, they continued to make changes and build the game and work on the game, and I think it was an okay first step. They definitely fucked up a lot along the way, and I think they lost a lot of their player base by making changes that perhaps alienated some of the player base. I wasn't really a big follower of the game after that first initial launch hype. But with this game, Division 2, I'm looking at it and I'm seeing, I played it at E3 and I enjoyed it a lot. I'm seeing their focus shift from that PvP endgame to creating a lot of PvE style content where you can take up to 8 players in like a PvE raid, playing against bosses and just playing with a group in a co-op setting. And I think that's where the game should have gone the first time around, and that's something that I'm actually really looking forward to. Again, it's one of those things that I can play with a community, get guys together from the Discord, and just start to spend time with people who watch me over on Twitch or watch me over on YouTube. I think it's a great group experience, and that's something that I'm looking for a lot. Like I said, in 2019, that's what I want to start doing. So Division 2 is actually number 3 on my list. I really hope that Ubisoft doesn't fuck this one up, because I'm actually really looking forward to it. And this is something from Ubisoft that I haven't really been looking forward to in quite a few years now. So I'm kind of scared because this is new territory for me, actually enjoying something that they're promoting. So it's going to be really interesting. And I think if you take that RPG momentum and shift it into my 4th game on this list, which is Cyberpunk 2077, I mean, who can make a list of top 5 anticipated games and not have this game on the list? It reminds me a lot of Borderlands. Borderlands mixed with a little bit of, I guess you could say, Fallout, a little bit of Mad Max, a little bit of Rage. But Borderlands specifically, I remember when I saw that trailer and the dude shooting that guy in that apartment building and the numbers are flying off him. It's kind of like The Division in that sense, but it just reminded me, maybe because it's first person and it's very like over the top stylized, it reminded me a lot of Borderlands. If Borderlands was announced right now, Borderlands would take over Cyberpunk because I love the Borderlands world. The games were amazing, but this looks like something that's going to be a little bit more grounded, a little bit more in depth, and with the combat elements of like a first-person RPG. Cyberpunk looks to be probably, unless they have an absolute disastrous launch, which I can't see CD Projekt Red doing, I could see this game already being put up for Game of the Year status just because I know of the quality. Now again, things could change. They could have one of their first like really bad launches or really like undercooked games. I don't know. I'm gonna err on the side of I've seen what these guys can do. I trust them, and that's why it's on my list, because I feel like it's going to be a fucking amazing game. And then reeling back from the single player RPG focus back to the multiplayer setting, which is where a lot of you guys watch me for, is the multiplayer shooters. Hell Let Loose. I played the alpha. The alpha was pretty good. It was pretty bare bones at the time. I saw the trailer that they released, I guess that was about 3 weeks ago now, maybe a month ago. And the trailer looked so much better than what we played before that, like, when I saw it, a hardcore-ish tactical World War II game that isn't as boring as Postscriptum and that isn't as casual and arcadey as like a Call of Duty or even a Battlefield, I'm in. I'm hooked. The developers are really good at responding to people in their Discord. Their communication is top notch, and I think the game is going to be pretty solid. It's one of those games that I'm actually really looking forward to be playing, and I want to say they're having a closed beta test in the first half of January here, so if it's not under NDA, I'm going to be having a significant amount of coverage here as well as on Twitch, playing with the community, the people who do have the game, obviously. I'm really looking forward to it. I think, again, it's in the same realm as a Ready or Not, a little bit different than that tactical like CQC style of Ready or Not, but I think that Hell Let Loose is another one of those games that is starting to drive home the fact that people really enjoy playing tactical shooters on PC that are actually good. I'm hoping Hell Let Loose turns out, but that's why it's one of my most anticipated, because I just want to see how it is. And with that, I'm going to give you guys some honorable mentions, some other games that I'm actually really looking forward to that might not end up being even covered on the channel, or even maybe I play it on Twitch and you guys, if you don't come over to Twitch, you won't see any of this. But games like Metro Exodus is actually one of my most anticipated games of the year, but it's a single player game, and I know a lot of you guys watch me for that multiplayer shit, but it's one that I'm actually really looking forward to playing. I own the first two on the Xbox, Never played them. I never did. I think I got it as a gift, or I got it on like a super sick discount, the bundle of the two, and I just never played them. But watching more gameplay and watching their promos come out, I think it's going to start ramping up here soon with the actual like targeted advertisement. Metro Exodus looks fucking amazing, and I'm really excited. And I know every time I say that I never played it, I get shit on in the comments. People are like, you have to fucking play it. I'm going to play this one because I think it's coming out in February, and then if I enjoy it and like it, which I think I'm going to, I'll go back and play the other ones as like a prequel type thing. Another game that's actually coming out in the first quarter that I'm really excited for is Days Gone. We haven't seen a lot of coverage of Days Gone. I know Game Informer did a bunch of stuff back, I want to say in like September, October, but Days Gone is another one that I really want to see how it turns out. Sony Ben, I actually spoke to one of their guys at TwitchCon, really good dude. You can tell that he's passionate about this launch and what this game is going to be. I'm excited to see more coverage of it. I'm excited to see the game in action, and then obviously eventually play the game. It's one of those things, it's obviously a zombie survival game. It reminds me a lot of The Last of Us, but obviously being done by a different studio other than Naughty Dog, which allows for, you know, new stories, new characters and all that. I'm excited to play it. I'm probably going to be touching that one over on the Twitch channel. I don't think much coverage will be done over here. I might make a video telling you guys how I feel about it. If I could get a review copy, that would be awesome. I'll let you guys know ahead of time what I think of it, if the game is good. But a lot of the time, I think I'm going to be spending playing it over on Twitch. So if you guys aren't following me over on Twitch, you're seeing a pattern over here. Games that don't get played over here, they get played over there. So click the link down below, go over to the Twitch channel. Another one I'm excited to hear more about. It's not that I'm even excited to play it at this point, because we don't know much about it. I want to see what Respawn is doing with the Star Wars. They have that, I think it's called the Jedi Fallen Order. I just want to see something about it. I'm sure we're going to start seeing some stuff around Star Wars Celebration, which I believe happens in either April or May. Once we see the game in action and what it actually is, then we can have a discussion about it. I'm seriously hoping that they do something good with the Star Wars IP, because like watching EA and DICE make Battlefront, just like it hurts. It hurts to see such an easy franchise just be thrown out the window. And what I mean by easy is a franchise that would synergize so easy with video games that when I see Battlefront and Battlefront 2, it just fucking pisses me off. There's so much lore in this world that George Lucas built. I feel like they could tap into almost anything. And then when I see the cancellation of Star Wars 1313, it's like, why? Why do we have to suffer through another DICE game every 2 fucking years? Let's let other people take the reins and let's see what they can do. I'm really excited. I'm anticipating something good. I hope it doesn't flop. I hope it's not fucking terrible. But if it is, you know, we will talk about it here. Last game on the list of honorable mentions for 2019 is World of Warcraft Classic. It's one of those games I grew up playing. I didn't play it in 2004. I actually jumped in around the time of the Lich King launch, and I want to get back to that time. I think that was like prime time World of Warcraft was 2007, 2008, and I think with the launch of Vanilla WoW coming back to 2004, I think if it's successful enough, Blizzard is going to look at opening up more servers for Wrath of the Lich King, Burning Crusade, even Cataclysm. I wouldn't mind going back and just playing Cataclysm and doing those dungeons and raids at that level. I want to see more World of Warcraft Classic, and I think supporting WoW Classic at this point is going to open up the doors to get to the content that I actually want to play, and I'm really curious to just jump back into Azeroth and play it how it was originally built. I think it's almost like jumping into a time capsule and watching it, you know, take you back to 2004, 2005, where we don't have some of the quality of life features like looking for raid. I think looking for raid actually ruined the community aspect of World of Warcraft. And when I think back of playing World of Warcraft in 2007, 2008, the community, playing with my friends, joining a guild and getting content done, that was what made World of Warcraft great for me. And then I realized that adding the looking for raid and the way that they moved the game forward, it just felt like you're churning out content. Consume content, buy expansion, consume content. There was no social aspect. So I'm curious to see if we go back to that time in 2018, what's it actually going to be like? And that's something that's really interesting to me. It's something that I don't think has ever been done at this level before. And I think that's one of those things that I really want to be a part of. And I know you guys don't fuck with MMOs, but you heard me just talk about it for like 3 minutes. You guys can tell I'm super fucking pumped for it. I don't really talk about MMOs a lot on this channel. The last one I did was Bless Online, and you know how that one worked out. I'm really excited for it. That's going to be one of those things. I hope we can get going on Twitch, perhaps get a guild together. I know with the latest expansion, Battle for Azeroth, it didn't really work out that well for my community anyway, but I want to start building towards getting there. And WoW Classic is one of those staples that I think we could get going in 2019 to actually start building this community up. So one thing I'm going to do right now, that is the last of the honorable mentions for me. First things first, if there's a game that I didn't say that you guys are really looking forward to, I know I'm not a big fighter fan, so I know there's games coming out that people might wanted to see on the list, but I'm just not in that space. If there's a game that you enjoy or that you're looking forward to, put it down below and let me know. And another thing, if you guys are subscribed and you're in this BigfryTV ecosystem, if you watch me over on Twitch, or if you don't watch me over on Twitch, consider joining our Discord. We're trying to build this community of viewers and gamers, and I think it's going to be a big thing in 2019 to actually have a lot of people connected and talking about games, and I just want to start growing this portion of the community. If you guys don't follow me on Twitch, come over, click the link, get involved with the whole BigfryTV ecosystem of content. That includes Discord, Twitter, and Twitch, as well as the staple, which I think is YouTube. We're building towards 100,000 subscribers, and I feel like getting more and more people connected is the best way to go about that. So if you guys aren't connected on all of these platforms, all the links are in the description below. Come through to Discord, say hello. We have an active community over there. I'm active in talking to people over there, and I just want to start building this thing up to be better than it already is. Welcome to 2019. I hope you guys had a great New Year's. Hope you guys had a great Christmas. Thank you for watching. My name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one.